Hi all, hi, Internet Tutor here. Just thought I'd just been out and about and just I just sort of had to put the camera on just quickly. This wasn't planned or anything. I thought I'm just gonna have to quickly switch the camera on. Join around. So I just pulled over, just sort of got out of my car, just sort of looking around. And nothing special, but just thinking about people and what people do and what they think you do and so on, and what they think of the world and so on. And we could go on and on about this for hours and hours and hours. So we're just out and about. Just thought I'd pull over and just talk about some stuff. So yeah, just about mindset really, and about you believing in yourself and believing things are possible. Now, if you're going to go into like making money on the internet or anything like that, you have to believe that you can do it, and you have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe it's going to happen, or you're going to make loads of money, or even just make enough money to survive, or whatever your target is, if you don't believe that's going to happen, I think it's going to be very, very difficult to actually carry on or fulfill that. And one of the biggest problems, and I was trying to, I've been talking to myself and driving around, and I thought I've got to get the camera out, and I don't know whether I'm able to portray this now through the camera now, because as soon as I get the camera on me I can't always think straight. But the problem is what I call noise. I don't know if other people would call that noise. And what I mean by noise is negative noise, other kinds of noise, and what I mean by noise is other people, and people that do not believe that that what you're trying to achieve, or don't believe in certain things, and I find it's that noise that gets in the way, and it's everywhere. I hear it constantly, and being able to ignore that is not easy. And what do I mean by noise? Okay, if you're thinking about starting up an internet business, and you've been watching some of my videos, and watching loads of other people's videos, hopefully, and been looking at people that are making money, and I am making money, and I'm surviving. It's very difficult. Lots of people will probably turn around to you and tell you not to do it, but you have to decide whether to take that on board or not. I remember when I said to lots and lots of people that I was going to buy a house in Florida in the USA. And I remember saying, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to get a place. Now this is for some years ago, when I was living in a one-bedroom council flat. I kept telling people, I said, I'm going to buy a house in Florida with a swimming pool. And I used to tell people that because I just wanted to do it, and I used to tell people that, and they said, oh yeah, no you're not going to do that. Sorry about that, just sort of move up the road. Some people come along, wondered what I was up to. Well, they were sort of staring at me and so on, which is fine. I don't mind people staring at me, but the problem is again, what's he doing? Why is he sitting in his car talking to himself? Again, it's pressures, isn't it? From people, you're supposed to be like everybody else. That's the hardest thing, isn't it? You're supposed to be normal, whatever normal is. So if I'm not normal and doing what everyone else does, then I must be mad or something. Anyway, so coming back to it, yeah. So people say I'm mad. People say, I said I'm going to buy this house in Florida. And like I say, I was living in a one-bedroom council flat, and I didn't have any money at the time. And people saying, you're never going to do that. I remember somebody saying to me, oh, dream on. Do you know what I mean? That's what someone said. Dream on. That guy, by the way, hasn't got anything, and he still hasn't got anything. It's not about possessions, but I'm just saying, if you've got a dream or you want to do something, my dream was to do that and to go to Florida and buy a house with a swimming pool, and I've done it, and I've got the house still. I'm suffering a bit at the moment because the house has gone down in value because of what's happening in the US, but I'm not selling it, and I'm hanging on to it. And it's a brilliant place to go to and to think and come up with ideas, and it's fantastic. Go over there, sit around the pool, think up new ideas. You know what I mean? It's fantastic, and that was one of my dreams, and I've got lots of other dreams, and we're going to fulfil them. I want a big house in the UK. I want bigger house in Florida. I want to get a really big place. Anyway, I've got lots and lots and lots of dreams, okay? But I have to believe that I'm going to do them, otherwise it's just not going to work. Something that's happened actually over the last few weeks or so, I've had a bit of a cash flow crisis. When I say that, I'm still pulling in lots of money, but some companies owed me some money and they hadn't paid, and had a big bill coming up. Got an £8,000 bill on this Tuesday, which is 2 days' time. And a few weeks back, I thought I'm never going to get the money for it. I'm not going to do it. And I thought, no, hang on. You can't think. You've got to think positive, yeah. I thought, so I used my brain and thought. I mean, luckily, one of the companies has come up with the money now. but not just that, I used my mind and came up with lots of different ways of quickly making lots and lots of money, and it looks like I've done it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm glad that happened, because again, sometimes in this business as well, and you'll find if you do start making money, you can get complacent. You know, I was set with that challenge and I've overcome it, and I feel so good in myself that I've done that and I've been able to do that. I tell you what, there's so many opportunities in the world at the moment because of the internet and everything. That it's just, there's so many opportunities. You know, I used to say that America was the land of opportunity. Everywhere is at the moment. The UK is massive opportunity, but like I say, you've got all this noise from people saying you can't do that, it can't be done, I don't believe you. You know, when I said I'm going to buy a villa in Florida, the people that were against it, so many people, you know, and I don't talk to many people, and there's a reason why. I want to talk to positive people and like-minded people who want to achieve things and get on. I'm not interested in what's happening in EastEnders or Coronation Street or Home and Away or anything else. Most of those things, I mean, EastEnders is terribly miserable. Stopped watching that years ago. I want to talk to people that are doing things and creating things and building houses or projects or building businesses or travelling, or, you know, and creating things and having fun, and do you know what I mean? That is what it's all about to me. And there's just noise everywhere of people being miserable, negative. You know, the negativity through these soap operas on television is just terrible. I've stopped watching those. Not interested in that. I'm interested in getting on and being positive and believing in myself. And yes, I was panicking a couple of weeks ago. I was really panicking over this money, and I couldn't think straight. I was thinking, gosh, I'm not going to be able to do it. And I overcame that, and it wasn't easy, but I'm so glad that's happened. Everything that happens is never bad, because it teaches you and moves you forward. I have been so broke and skint years ago that you know, I lived in a flat with the electric was on a card meter, and I didn't have like £5 to put the electric on. In fact, some days I never had any money whatsoever even to buy a pint of milk. So when I've got, like, I call it a cash flow crisis I had recently, because I'm not skint and I'm not poor. I've got assets, I've got property, I've got things I can sell, and I've got ways of making money, and I've got my brain, and so have you. Each and every one of you, if you want to do this, your mind is an amazing tool, okay? It's infinite. There's so many ways to do things, and you just use your mind, and you'll move forward. All the guidance is there for the internet, and people like myself and other people just read their stuff, read the positive stuff. Some of the people I look at and read. Oh, my phone's ringing now. Okay, back again. Yeah, quick phone. Think positive. Ignore negative noise. I know it's difficult, it is. That's why I love going to Florida, actually, because when I go to Florida, you sort of walk around and you go in the stores and everything, and everyone's, you know, have a nice day, have a fantastic evening. You know, these are just little things, and I don't care whether it's fake or whether it is or it isn't, or whether they're told to say that. I just like that upbeatness, and I think that's what it's all about, which is why I don't read newspapers, actually, in this country either. I read a lot of things that are going on because I want to know what's going on, but I choose and pick and choose. This is another thing as well, and we're just going to add this on the end. This is a fantastic time we're living in at the moment in history, and I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but when you look at different things that at times are happening in history, we had the Industrial Revolution and so on, at different times, and different things have changed, and we've had booms and recessions and so on. I don't care whether things are slowing at the moment, or the economy, whether they are or not, the media will you know, keep going on about it in this country anyway, and trying to make doom and gloom. This is a fantastic time right now. And I don't mean this minute or this second, I'm saying round about now, and this is just a fantastic time full of opportunities, constantly, because of the internet and so on. There's just so many opportunities that it's just fantastic. Just use your mind. Your mind is so powerful. You know, it's infinite powerful. Anything can be achieved, okay? And I am so excited for the future, and I just can't wait to keep living my life, okay? So next one we'll have next internet tutor will have a little tip for you, but that's the tip for today. Stay positive, stay focused and read material and so on about other people that have those, are like that, and I think that helps a lot. And you can sort of ignore that noise of, oh yeah, isn't it? No, we don't need to talk about that. No, no more of that. Okay, Internet Tutor. See you soon. See you next time.